Part 212. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 2111. Everyone be quiet. Give me peace. What's the noise? What's the noise? This is Guangming Academy. It's not a place for you to be presumptuous. At the door, a plump young woman walked over, with a high forehead, and a murderous intent in her eyes. Yes, it's the Manda teacher in charge of the dormitory. This is the school's serious tutor. SHH, in Guangming Academy, those who can reach the level of tutors are not ordinary. Be careful. Hey. What's so scary? Look at the decoration on her body, she is a third-level tutor. What's wrong with the third-level tutor? The third-level tutor is indeed the lowest level existence in the ranks of tutors, but his status as a tutor is there, a third-level instructor, that must be someone who has cultivated below the 7-star sanctuary realm. Is that the case? You are really, so arrogant. 7-star sanctuary is so indifferent to you. How strong do you think you are? Hey, pretending to be struck by lightning. Master Manda is not easy to get along with. It is said that he has a bad temper and there are people behind him. It's on the board. Be careful, everyone be careful. Anyway, this matter has nothing to do with us, just watch the show, don't try to get involved in it. A series of chattering voices came out from around. Fang Fan stood there indifferently, and fell into silence. He thinks he has a clear conscience. In the end, what happened? Who will explain to me? The mandala teacher with the high forehead roared, his gnashing of teeth was very real, and there was a strong sense of scratching in his words. Master Manda, it's this guy. It's all this guy. He is jealous that I am from the sanctuary of Kadi, the godson of the Light Alliance temple in the sanctuary of Kadi, and jealous that I am from the second-class temple of the Light Alliance, so he deliberately came to find fault. Master Manda, look, this bastard, he is inhumane. This bastard actually twisted my hand off. This person has a terrible heart. I suspect that he is simply a spy sent by the Dark Camp. Teacher Manda, he is just from a lower third-class sanctuary like the Qingtian sanctuary. How could he have the guts? I also hope that Teacher Manda can uphold justice for me. Second-class sanctuary Kadi sanctuary Shenzi Kaoj is here to pay homage to Teacher Manda. Kaoj took a deep breath, while talking, then secretly walked to the Manda teacher, and then naturally stuffed a storage ring over. Originally, the Manda teacher had a cold look on his face, but after receiving the storage ring, he immediately smiled. In addition, Kaoj originated from a second-class sanctuary, while Fang Fan only came from a third-class sanctuary. She already knew exactly how to make decisions in all aspects. At this moment, her eyeballs were flickering, the smile on her mouth was vividly displayed, and the excitement in her heart was very real. Come here, this person is blatantly hurting people, so he will be disqualified from the assessment, and he will be taken directly to the dungeon of the academy for interrogation to see if he is a spy sent by the Dark Camp. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu. Chapter 2112. While speaking, Teacher Manda waved his hand naturally, as if he had completely settled the matter. But from the beginning to the end, this mandala teacher never investigated this matter for even a minute. Is that the case? How could there be such a brazen person in the world? Old hag, you look too ugly, don't you? So many people take bribes, and then decide so hastily that he's right. Why does Guangming Academy have such a bad-mannered tutor like you? What kind of school is still open here? Bai Biao pursed her lips, walked over secretly from behind, and then jumped off the mythical beast, roaring a few words. The truth is indeed harsh. It sounds like a head-shattering feeling. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised silently, and Bai Biao actually said something pleasant, "It's really not easy." And Bai Biao's words were like a spark, arousing the resonance of everyone around. The excited expressions on their respective faces at this moment were vividly displayed. Before, because I was worried about this and that, I didn't dare to speak out. But after a wave was triggered by Bai Biao, the audience immediately became a sensation. This man is right, what the hell, what kind of mentor is this? It doesn't make sense at all. I just saw that KD Sanctuary's Sun Koj stuffed a storage ring for her, and then that's it. It's a real hammer. Openly accepting bribes, you really don't hide it at all. Hee, this Manda teacher is really strict with us third-class sanctuary examiners. I'm about to vomit. This is Guangming Academy. How can I let this poisonous woman run rampant here? The eyes of the masses are discerning, right and wrong are twists and turns, and they have their own judgments. Especially in this kind of thing, it is meaningless to say 1,000 words and 10,000 words. Everyone's eyes were concentrated here, and the expressions on their faces were all the more vivid. Being accused by everyone like this, the Manda teacher of Guangming Academy naturally feels that his face is not enough. Taking bribes can be big or small. If no one cares about it, it's fine, but if it really gets out and makes a big fuss, it's really hard to deal with. Immediately, she looked fiercely at Bai Biao in the distance. Her resentment was beyond words. Shut up. Quiet. This person blatantly slanders the tutor of Guangming Academy, and he will also be arrested. Anyone who dares to resist, kill on the spot. The corner of Master Manda's mouth suddenly rose, and then the 5-star sanctuary realm cultivation level on his body exploded immediately. As a third-level instructor of the academy, it's normal to have a 5-star sanctuary realm. Practitioners of the Holy Venerable Realm are far from that kind of bad street. Saint-level tutors like Murong also have a very high status in Guangming Academy. Fang Fan squinted his eyes and looked at the mandala teacher with an extremely indifferent expression. In his memory, he had never had any communication with this mandala teacher. He just came to Guangming Academy, and he hasn't even passed the assessment, so Fang Fan also thought about keeping a low profile and not getting too involved. But some people just don't want him to be happy. First came a second-class godson from the sanctuary of KD to find fault, and after suppressing it, a third-level mentor from the Guangming Academy came. I haven't officially joined the Guangming Academy yet, so I'm going to have a PK with a mentor of the academy. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2113. This matter has not been investigated clearly. How can Master Manda determine that it is my fault? Even want to arrest me with such a big fanfare? Doesn't Master Manda feel that doing this is against the teacher? Fang Fan snorted coldly, his eyes flickered as he spoke, and all kinds of thoughts accumulated in his mind, as if he roared out these thoughts in an instant. Is it against the teacher? Snort. The examiners of these lower third-class sanctuaries are indeed inferior to each other. The third class is the third class. Essentially, it's too bad. You low-level sanctuary assessors have already given you enough face by letting you come to the assessment. How dare you not cherish such an opportunity? Still thinking about beating up the Son of God in the second-class sanctuary. Even hurt him. Do you know that a godson of a second-class sanctuary can be worth the value of your entire third-class sanctuary? Today I will let you feel what reality is. I can tell you unequivocally that you will never leave Guangming Academy alive. If you resist now, you will definitely die. If you don't resist, you won't be able to survive in the dungeon. If I were you, I would choose to resist, so maybe there is still a chance to escape. This way I can kill you on the spot. Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, was speaking, with a pair of Danfan eyes showing deep resentment. This kind of woman feels in her bones that she is invincible. One should enjoy the respect and worship of all. As long as someone has the slightest disrespect towards her, they must be wiped out instantly. This morbid psychology has completely penetrated into the bone marrow at this moment. Of course, Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, is not stupid enough to reveal his psychology to the public. Those words just now were only heard by Fang Fan himself and the few people around him. She just wanted to anger Fang Fan in this way, so that she could achieve her wish. So I'm doomed. Resisting is death, not resisting is also death. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, a playful look suddenly appeared on his face, and the evil smile at the corner of his mouth was very real. Fang Fan's attractive appearance is not bad, coupled with this bohemian look, he is still very attractive. The eyes of Manda, the third-level instructor of Guangming Academy, looked at Fang Fan's body with wanton eyes, especially after seeing Fang Fan's tight muscle lines. Manda licked his lips subconsciously. Then he walked forward silently, and said softly, "Actually, if you want to live, it's not impossible. Serve me for 100 years, and give me another 100 million low-grade star cores. In this way, I will forgive you. Even, I can help you arrange a position in the academy. In the future, we will still be together forever." While speaking, Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, suddenly protruded her frontal bone, and her pair of red phoenix eyes showed endless greed. Fang Fan. At first he really didn't understand it, but after he understood it, his mind was full of question marks. This is not just a matter of whoring for nothing. It's fine to go whoring for nothing, but you still want the star core of labor and capital? Damn, can you be a little more embarrassing? Seeing this Manda with eyes full of greed and sunken eyes, Fang Fan inexplicably felt a little scalp tingling. As the tutor of Guangming Academy, Murong Yu and this mandala are simply worlds apart. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2114. Master Manda, you can't do this. You must help me kill him. I can do anything with you. I can pose in various poses. The second-class KD Sanyu Shenzakaoj suddenly said nervously. He was really afraid that Manda, the third-level mentor of Guangming Academy, would really fall in love with Fang Fan, and then kick him away, and the situation would be reversed by then. Manda frowned and glanced at the second-class KD Sanyu Shenzakaoj. If you want to talk about appearance, it's okay. It's just that the hand was cut off by Fang Fan before, and now the blood stubble is hanging on it, which looks extremely disgusting, and it seems that the scalp feels inexplicably numb. If I really brought this guy back, wouldn't I just find a way for myself? Roll. I don't look for a mirror to see what I look like. While Manda was speaking, his eyes continued to look at Fang Fan, who was at the side. Have you thought about it? It's actually good for both of us. I will make you want to die. Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, licked his lips while talking. Fang Fan took a deep breath, the corners of his mouth twitched faster and faster. What kind of evil did this do to be taken by this woman? Am I, Fang Fan, the kind of casual person? It's fine if you look as beautiful as Murong Yu, but that's all. Fang Fan shook his head, cleared all those messy thoughts, then looked directly at this Manda with indifferent eyes, and then deliberately opened his voice and shouted. You said you want to prostitute me for nothing, and you want me to give you 100 million low-grade star cores. So you can let me go? Can you give me a backdoor? Can you let me work in the Guangming Academy, or kill me? This is the Guangming Academy. It should be the brightest place. How could there be such a brazen person like you? Fang Fan's eyes widened, and with a roar, he completely showed his posture to the fullest. When it's time to be high profile, naturally you can't be cowardly. As soon as Fang Fan said it, and the voice was so loud, it was immediately heard by the surrounding people, and the expressions on his face at this moment had their own characteristics. The entire hall exploded in an instant. Is it so exciting? I can be a tutor of the Guangming Academy? How did the Guangming Academy select it in the first place? I'm cracked. How can there be such a despicable person? How shameless are you? Disgusting, I just feel disgusting. Could it be that this Fang Fan is just talking nonsense? Hee, do you think there is such a possibility? Didn't you see the cheap smile on that Manda teacher's face just now? I'm in a bad mood right now, I'll spit it out as a respect. The scene is out of control. The mouth of the people is better than that of Fang Chuan, it is really impossible to guard against it. At this moment, there were endless discussions, and the expressions on everyone's faces were extremely vivid. While talking, the posture is vividly displayed. Manda, the third-class instructor of Guangming Academy, was stunned for a moment, then felt so many people pointing at him, took a deep breath instantly, and his lips trembled violently. Asshole! Asshole! All bastards! You are courting death. Shoot to kill. Come on. Kill him. Shoot him. Manda roared, and then he went straight to kill Fang Fan. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2115. She swore that she would kill Fang Fan. This great sense of humiliation made her unable to hold her head up now. If it continues like this, her mentality will collapse in an instant. At this point, the forehead was covered with cold sweat, and the posture of gnashing teeth was more vivid, wishing to growl. Boy Fang Fan, this woman is a 5-star sanctuary. I declare in advance that I can't handle it. You provoked this woman, you solved it for her. At that time, you should use a wave of delaying tactics, at least to stabilize this woman. Damn it, if it goes on like this, it will completely collapse, and I can't hold it anymore. While Bai Piao was speaking, he grabbed Fang Fan and wanted to run around, and the frightened look on his face at this moment was very real. The flustered expression also seemed very real. What are you afraid of? Stay safe here. Someone will take care of these things. Fang Fan stretched his waist, his face full of indifference. While he was speaking, a white figure appeared in front of everyone. Stop it all for me. The important place of the school, how can you allow you to be presumptuous? Murong Yu let out a furious roar, and the cultivation base of the holy venerable realm erupted instantly, and the scene froze for an instant. Seeing Murong Yu's arrival, everyone immediately widened their eyes, with surprise expressions on their faces. She, the decoration on her body, is the symbol of a first-level mentor. It's so terrifying. Things have really gone wrong, and even the first-level instructor was alarmed. There are not many first-level tutors in the school, but without exception, all first-level tutors are the existence of the holy state. This guy in front of me must also be a big brother in the holy realm. Let's stick to it, we must stick to it. The situation is not optimistic. All the melon eaters hurriedly evacuated, and the real bosses came, so they shouldn't continue to feel uncomfortable here. That kind of iron-headed baby is still relatively rare after all. Seeing Murong Yu's arrival, Manda, the third-level instructor of Guangming Academy, suddenly changed her expression. As her identity, She naturally knew Murong-Yu's status in the academy, and her eyes flickered at this moment. In the final analysis of today's matter, she did not do it properly. If she really investigates thoroughly, she will not be able to get rid of it. At that time, even if she has someone to back her up, she will probably lose her skin. Manda rolled her eyes and fixed her eyes on Fang Fan and Bai Biao beside her. Then she took a deep breath and her thoughts gradually exploded. If you don't do anything, as long as Fang Fan and Bai Biao are killed, there will be no more victims in this matter, so how dare others say more? Manda thought so in his heart, and then his body flew out like an arrow leaving the string, and launched a surprise attack on Fang Fan and Bai Biao. Fang Fan suddenly widened his eyes flickered unnaturally. Naturally, he could also see that this Manda wanted to fight to the death. But at this moment, Murong-Yu was still far away from him, so there was no time to rescue him. Now Fang Fan has two plans to protect himself. One is to summon the 5-star sanctuary level silver armored puppet to hold him. The second way, that is naturally to use Bai Biao as a shield. The corner of Fang Fan's mouth suddenly rose, and he chose the latter without hesitation, and then Fang Fan looked at Bai Biao eagerly. "You, what do you want to do, kid?" "Boy Fang Fan, I can't hold on. I see AO. I'm not human, you're a real dog. I see AO. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2116. Bai Biao cursed and yelled a few words. Fang Fan stood behind Bai Biao at this moment, with his hands drooping on his shoulders. The attack of Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, has arrived. Boom. Stab. The attack that belonged to the 5-star sanctuary level came. Bai Biao's body retreated suddenly, and Fang Fan also retreated. Lying in a trough. Boy Fang Fan. You used me as a shield again. You bastard, I remember you. Hiss, my chest. Wait for me, boy. Sooner or later, this envoy will be tricked to death by you. Bai Biao cursed and said, the blood on his chest gradually shrank, and then returned to the original state. Brother Bai Biao, it's too much work for those who are capable. It's a pity that you don't use your heaven-defying defense power. I'm thinking of you too. Brother Bai Biao. You have to understand my painstaking efforts. While talking, Fang Fan nodded in agreement. The expression on his face was very real. Bai Biao pursed her lips, obviously wanting to exhale the fragrance. Standing not far away, Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, was stunned for a moment. This was far from what she expected. She opened her mouth, then closed it silently, and felt a dizzy feeling all over her body. Feel? How can it be? You are not even in the sanctuary, you are nothing. How can you block my fatal blow? What the hell happened to this? I'm a 5-star sanctuary. No. There is a problem here. Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, was talking. His teeth were chattering suddenly. The sound of inhaling was very real. All kinds of thoughts gathered in his mind. The coldness of his face was silted up again, and his eyes were filled with endless anger. I can't believe your luck is so good. If you escaped one attack, can you escape the second one? This time, I will completely wipe you out. Those who offend my Manda will not end well. While talking, Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, immediately rushed over. Is it? When will it be your turn to run amok here at Guangming Academy? Putting the examiners of the academy in public, is this what you should do as a mentor? At the critical moment, Murong-Yu rushed over, and while talking, the coldness on his face was vividly displayed, and then he casually swung his sleeves. directly throwing Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, to the ground. Instructor Murong. Can you give me a face? This kid is hurting people online, and now he even insults me openly. I just took action to teach him. What's wrong? I also hope that teacher Murong will not interfere. My cousin Mei Shank is also a first-level tutor of the school, and he is also a senior first-level tutor. Hee. I also hope that teacher Murong can face up to the current situation. When I take the lives of those two bastards, I will naturally thank teacher Murong. If not, hee, my cousin Meishan loves me very much. Snapped. Before Manda, the third-level tutor of the Guangming Academy, had finished speaking, Murong Yu slapped him across the face. This slap naturally came from Murong Yu's hand, and her expression never changed a bit from the beginning to the end. In the school, you, as a third-level tutor, openly threatened the first-level tutor. This is a lesson for you. As soon as Murong Yu said it, he was full of domineering. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2117. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth raised silently. This little slave girl number 2 is quite domineering. You hit me. Because of such an ant in the lower third-class sanctuary actually beat me. I'm also the tutor of Guangming Academy. Mr. Murong, how have you gone too far? Today I want to kill the ants in this third-class sanctuary, but I want to see, what can you do? Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, gritted his teeth. His eyes were full of blood, and at the moment, he was obviously aroused with endless anger. While talking, the gesture of gnashing his teeth was vividly displayed. In this state, she really didn't dare to confront Murong Yu directly, but she already hated Fang Fan to the core. At this moment, her lips are trembling, and she is about to pounce directly. Snapped. It was another loud slap, and the surrounding atmosphere suddenly became quieter. Everyone looked at each other, their eyes flickered, and each of them was horrified. They are just examiners who came to participate in the entrance examination of Guangming Academy, and now they have not even entered the threshold of Guangming Academy. Watching this wave of drama at this moment, they are inexplicably shocked. The instructors from the two universities directly went to work. This slap gesture is too domineering. Manda, the third-level instructor of the Guangming Academy, has a lower third-class sanctuary on the left and an ant on the right. In fact, many practitioners in the lower third-class sanctuary around him have long been unhappy. It's just that I didn't dare to express it all the time. At this moment, my mind is trembling, and the sound of inhaling is vividly displayed. This tutor Murong is too domineering. I feel so good. Ha 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 ha. That Mandala tutor is purely self-defeating, and she still hasn't recognized her position yet. The third-level tutor and the first-level tutor are fighting hard. I really don't know where she got the courage. Tisk tisk tisk, don't say anything else, just this. I find it funny. It's so funny. It's also the tutor of Guangming Academy. The gap is too big. It's cool, but why do I feel that Murong instructor is too partial to the examiner of the Sky Sacred Sanctuary? What is the name of the examiner of the Sky Sacred Sanctuary? Fang Fan? Is there something tricky about this? There are endless speculations, but the scene is still so shocking. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, and the corners of his mouth rose silently, secretly thinking that this little slave girl didn't hurt for nothing. At critical times, you still know how to be loyal to the Lord. Murong language. Why are you targeting me like this? I've said it all. My cousin is Meishan's first-level mentor. You treat me like this. Don't you also have a crush on that brat? Hee. I got it. Don't think that you can cover it up by pretending to be holy. What's in your heart isn't certain. It seems that our mentor Murong can't hold back anymore. How can you be more noble than me? Snapped. Clap clap clap. This time it was more than a dozen slaps in succession. Get out. Just one more word of nonsense, I'll kill you right now. You know, I have this ability. You disobey me first. According to the rules of the school, those who violate the superior can be killed unconditionally. You want to try? Murong Yu grabbed the neck of the third-level mentor of Guangming Academy with one hand, and then lightly lifted him up. His eyes were extremely cold. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2118. Killing Intent, Strong Killing Intent Concentrated. Manda, the third-level instructor of Guangming Academy, swallowed a mouthful of saliva, and at this moment, he dragged his hands unnaturally on his chin, as if he wanted to relieve the feeling of suffocation. Unnaturally, there was a lot of fear on his face. The previous sternness was also replaced by endless fear at this moment. Let me go, I'm leaving. Manda gritted her molars, although she was extremely unwilling, but in the face of life and death, she naturally had to save her life first. Roll. Murong Yu waved his hands indifferently, and then directly through the body of Manda, the third-level tutor of Guangming Academy, several tens of meters away, and fell to the ground. Without time to think about other things, this Manda ran away directly. If you don't go, you will die. Things, done. You called me here to clean up this woman. Can you be a little quieter in Guangming Academy? What you provoked today was a third-level mentor, and I can still handle it, but what if you provoked a special level mentor? Even those palace masters. Murong Yu walked up to Fang Fan, his words were full of complaints. She wanted to just ignore it, but there was always an idea in her mind urging her to come. Now she even feels that she is completely sick. All kinds of thoughts in my mind just seem to be problematic, so problematic. It's not that I'm not safe, the key is that someone doesn't let me be safe. Fang Fan stretched his waist, and while talking, the corners of his mouth rose silently, showing the posture that should be shown vividly. Also, why do you, a little slave girl, complain so much? Do whatever you are asked to do. How dare you meddle in the master's affairs? Fang Fan curled his lips and reprimanded directly. Bai Piao on the side was completely stunned at the moment, and the admiration in his heart continued like a surging river. This kid really eats wherever he goes. Now even the third-rank red-clothed Archbishop of the Temple of the Bright Alliance and the first-level tutor of the Bright Academy have been subdued. The most important thing is that this person in front of him is still in the realm of saints. Bai Piao shrank his neck, and the feeling suddenly became deeper. This kid seems to have a kind of magical power in him, and he will bring endless surprises to people every moment. Sometimes he was brought in without knowing it. This feeling is really quite a scalp numbness. Bai Piao thought to himself, his eyes suddenly became extremely real. As for Murong Yu, who was standing in front of Fang Fan, he could only feel aggrieved at the moment. Everything has been resolved for you, so it's not enough to complain a few words. Is being a female slave so humble? The key is that she still wants to cater to Fang Fan's words in her heart, and even wants to yell, "Master, I know I'm wrong." Murong Yu shook her head, her complexion turned rosy, and she felt that she might be really crazy at this moment. Every time I stay with Fang Fan, I have to suffer a collapse of the spiritual world. You take it easy anyway, I'm leaving first. If something happens, call me later. Murong Yu's eyes flickered, and he quickly looked for an opportunity to escape. If you continue to stay here, maybe you will do something else. Seeing Murong Yu running away in panic, Fang Fan smiled silently. The little slave girl is still very interesting. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2119. Seeing Fang Fan and Murong Yu chatting for so long, those melon eaters were shocked. If it were said that Fang Fan had nothing to do with that first-level instructor of Guangming Academy, Murong Yu, I wouldn't even believe it. It's no wonder that as a third-class sanctuary examiner, he dared to be so rampant. It turns out there is someone behind him. It's a real hammer. A wave of wolf destruction. This brother is too strong. In the future, if you meet this boss from Qingtian Sanctuary, take it easy, and you may offend him at some point. Hee, I will take a detour when I see this boss in the future. Just now, Teacher Murong seemed to be quite angry when he went out just now. Why did I see Teacher Murong stomping his feet? I'm lying. Is this true? My mentality has really collapsed. It's still a hammer thing. Ah, that's it? That's it? You're so awesome. Could it be true that what Master Manda said, Fang Fan and Master Murong of this heavenly sanctuary? I'm going. Is it all so explosive? Don't talk nonsense about things that don't have a shadow, you will die every minute. Phew, don't say, absolutely don't say it. If you say it, you'll be fine. Strong, really strong. Fang Fan didn't care much about those rumors. Well, to be precise, it's all true. Holding the voucher, Fang Fan led the crowd directly to the 7th floor of building number 3. It was because of this dormitory that those entanglements arose. The richness of aura here is indeed very high, it is several times that of the outside, and naturally it is also several times the richness of aura in ordinary dormitories. This kind of elite dormitory is generally only eligible to live in the inner government students. In fact, to put it bluntly, no matter how good the dormitory is, isn't it just a few days at most? After a few days, the admissions assessment will start. Only those who pass the assessment will be eligible to continue to stay. By then, students from the inner palace can continue to enjoy such a good dormitory. If they are students from the outer palace, they can only move their obediently ordinary dormitory. As for if you are eliminated, where do you come from and where do you go back? In a few days, even if you are placed on the supreme divine vein to practice, how much can you absorb? Fang Fan curled his lips. To put it bluntly, he was actually trying to save face. That KD Sanctuary Godson is completely destroying herself. Excuse me, is Mr. Fang Fan in there? Mr. Fang Fan, Fairy Liulai of Beiwa Palace is asking to see you. I also hope that Mr. Fang Fan can come out and see. There were voices of Yingying outside the door, and the voice was quite nice. Fang Fan pushed open the door, and at the entrance of his eyes, there was a white woman standing there, and behind her stood a group of young women in colorful costumes. Looking at the past at a glance, they are all extremely charming. On the contrary, the woman in plain white at the head is a little more normal. Among this group of women, there were several familiar faces, one of whom seemed to be standing next to the godson of KD Sanctuary, who seemed to be trying to compete for the elite dormitory for Beiwa Palace. What's up? Fang Fan frowned. There must be a demon if something goes wrong. It's a bit weird to come to the door for no reason, and still have a respectful attitude. Mr. Fang Fan, please don't be offended. My senior sister Beiwa Shenv was out of vanity before, so she picked up God Zikoj to seize your elite dormitory. This matter is our Beiwa Palace's fault, and I hope you will forgive me. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 2120. Fairy Liulai, who was dressed in a plain white robe, spoke with the utmost humility and respect. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows. The woman's posture was very low, but Fang Fan always felt that there was something wrong with this woman. This doesn't follow the routine. There are too many deviations from Fang Fan's imagination. Fang Fan's eyes flickered, various thoughts gathered in his mind, and his expression couldn't help but change a little. Since it's an apology, isn't it a little insincere to be so dry? Fang Fan squinted his eyes, and the corners of his mouth suddenly rose while speaking, and then he walked forward 2 steps silently, getting a little closer to the Liuli Fairy of Beiwa Palace. What kind of sincerity do you want? Fairy Liuli blinked her eyes. She seemed a little ignorant. She just blinked and looked at Fang Fan. Her eyes flickered, various thoughts gathered in her mind, and her face was a little more bewildered. Fairy, don't talk too much with this guy. He has bad intentions. This incident is my fault. Even if it is punished, just punish me alone. The Saintess of 100 Flowers, who was wearing a red robe, gritted her teeth, and immediately stood in front of Fang Fan, making it clear that she wanted to do it all. Fang Fan opened his mouth, and when he was about to say something more, the Beiwa Saintess spoke again. Although our Beiwa Palace is full of female generals, and our reputation outside may not be very good, but our little Liuli is from a noble and clean family. She is the only fairy in our entire Beiwa Palace. Humph. Just put away your dirty thoughts. Let me tell you. Everything is wasted. It is absolutely impossible for our Liuli fairy to give in. I know that you have a close relationship with Teacher Murong, and it is widely rumored outside that you are a little boy raised by Teacher Murong outside. Instructor Murong is the first-level tutor of the school. If we deliberately target our Beiwa Palace will indeed encounter a catastrophe. At that time, even a single practitioner may not be able to pass the assessment to join the Guangming Academy. But even so, Fairy Liuli is definitely not something that a petty person like you can defile. My 100 Flowers Saintess is willing to die to apologize. The Saintess of 100 Flowers wearing a red robe wiped her neck with a sword as she spoke. The scene got out of control for a while. Fang Fan raised his eyebrows, his face was confused at the moment. What the hell is this doing? Has something to do with him with a hammer? From the beginning to the end, he is struggling. Okay. This wave after wave, what kind of trouble do you want to make? Senior Sister Beiwa, don't. You must have nothing to do. This is related to our entire Beiwa Palace. I'm not going to give up. Fairy Liuli in a plain white robe hurried over to grab her, and then glared fiercely at Fang Fan. You bad guy, what do you want to do? Senior sisters are right, you men are a bunch of big pigs. Men don't have a good thing. Don't you men just want the skin? Extremely vulgar. Fairy Liuli yelled, and then yelled several times. From the beginning to the end, Fang Fan's head was full of question marks in capital letters. Play with a hammer. Are you thinking too much? I'm not interested in children. You guys came here to make amends. Otherwise I would have forgotten all about it.